Hello! This is Sam from the Bobbi Pin. You might see Lisa back here. She's still working, so don't mind her. We're running a little late today. But I'm going to show you guys how to do some big loose curls on your hair and get like that big Victoria's Secret type kind of look going on. So the first thing I want to go over here though is I just want to ask you guys if you would mind sharing this on your personal page. When you share this post on your personal page, you get entered in to win a year's supply of shampoo. So I also wanted to say that we have a refer a friend special going on. So whenever you refer a friend to the salon that has never been here before, you can win your favorite. You get entered in to win your favorite product for a year. So, and your friend also gets 25% off. So you would get entered into a special to win your favorite product for a year, and your friend would win 25% off of their first visit with us. We also have $25 face framing foils going on right now. So what that is just a few pieces around your face to help brighten you up a little bit. Give you a little sun-kissed kind of look for summer. So if that's something that interests you, we're offering that for only $25 today. Well, right now, this month. I'm gonna start off with hair prep. So before I curl my hair, I like to make sure my hair's a little dirty. So I only wash my hair once a week. So this has been about since Monday since my hair's been washed. So I use dirty hair because it curls so much better than fresh, clean hair. If your hair really struggles to hold curl, I would not wash it right away. I would wait a little bit before you wash it. Typically what we recommend when we're doing updos is wait until the night before and wash your hair the night before you're getting ready to curl, and then curl it the next morning. If you have to wash your hair right away, I would recommend using some kind of product, either a mousse or a gel or a pomade, anything in your hair that's going to help dirty it up a little bit. I typically tend to go through and spray my hair down with hairspray really, really good before I even start curling. So my hair, since it hasn't been washed since Monday, I really don't need to dirty it up anymore. It's already had a whole bunch of products thrown into it. So when I do big loose curls on myself, I have like average hair. I don't have super thick hair. I don't have super thin hair. So I do it in 3 large sections. So I start, I'll turn around so you can see. I start at the top of my ear here, and I section this whole bottom section here. So this whole bottom, I'm gonna clip all of the top up and then work with just the bottom. And then how do you know what size curling iron to pick for yourself? You don't, I feel like a lot of the time when people want like the really big loose curls, they want to go way too overboard with it. So they want to do something that's huge because they're like, oh, well, it's a big curl, so I need a big curling iron. And I feel like a lot of the time girls go overboard with that. So you really don't want to do too big, because if it's too big of a curl, your hair's never going to hold it. So like this is what most girls try to use, something like this size. This is way too big for most people's hair. You have to have really, really super long hair to use a curling iron this size. It's not gonna hold in your hair, and all it's gonna do is fall right out. Like my hair is fairly long, and when I try to curl it with that, I still can't get a good curl in it. So I'm actually gonna be using a 1-inch curling iron on my hair, so it's only that big. It's a little bit smaller. It's not too large. I feel like the key to get that big curl look is to take bigger sections. So I'm gonna take this hole underneath here, and I'm gonna do some really big sections. I'm only gonna do maybe 3 or 4 sections out of all of this underneath. And I'm gonna try to curl everything away from my hair, away from my face. So I'm gonna take my first section here. I'm gonna put a little bit of hairspray in. And then I'm gonna take my curling iron. Now, most people, when they're curling their hair at home, they go like this. They clamp it down, and they come the whole way to the bottom, and then they start curling up. So this is really, really bad for your hair because one, you're coming down to your ends, which are your most fragile, and you're curling the whole way up here. So all of these, your ends, are getting the heat the longest. So you want to distribute the heat the whole way through your hair so that you get a really even curl. So when you come the whole way down to the bottom here, most of the time when you let that curl out, I'm sure you have hardly any curl up in here and a whole lot of curl down here. That's because you're not getting that heat distributed evenly throughout your whole hair. So you want to come in and you want to clamp it right in the middle. You want to curl a little bit and see how my end's still going to be tucked out here. I'm going to curl and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to click it and I move down my hair strand. And I still have a little bit of my end sticking out, so I'm going to curl again and I'm going to clamp a little bit down here and curl up and clamp down. And you want to keep doing that until your end gets completely tucked in your hair. So once your end is all tucked in, then you don't have to keep curling. So I'm just going to go through here and do the same thing that I just explained, get my end clamped in, and that's going to distribute a nice even curl the whole way through your hair. So then I leave it on until my hair feels a little warm and then I let it out. So again, I'm just coming into the middle, I'm rolling, and then I'm clamping down. Rolling, clamp. And all it is a little tiny tick motion. So you just want to tap this just a little tiny bit to get it to curl in until your ends get tucked in. And then I like to hold it until my hair feels kind of warm. You can count to 10 if you want to, just to make sure you get it on there long enough. I don't go the whole way up to my scalp. I leave a little bit. You can see that I'm not going right up against myself because I don't want to burn myself. And then I'm going to let that curl down. Then I'm going to come to the next section here. I'm making sure that I'm curling away from my face. So what that means is that the curl is going to curl back away from it. It's not going to come into my face. I feel like that gives that kind of like wind in the hair look more. So then I'm doing the same tapping motion until I get the whole thing wrapped up. All the ends are tapped in. And then I let that piece down. So I think I'm going to do 4 sections in the back here, so it's not too small, not too big. I'm coming to this side and I'm making sure that I'm curling away from my face and doing the same thing, tapping the hair down. This style should only take you about 15 minutes. When I do it myself, I can do this in 15 minutes when I'm not explaining everything. Don't get discouraged though if you can't pick it up right away. It's gonna take some time for you to get used to doing it, and that is perfectly fine. I would recommend practicing with a cool curling iron. Like when your curling iron isn't plugged in, just try to practice with one and get the motion down, because a lot of the time people struggle when they can't get the motion down, and then they get frustrated because they're not getting it the way that they want to get it. It's not a big deal. Just let it cool down a little bit. Use it while it's cool so that you're not damaging your hair and you get the motion down. So then I'm just coming in after each layer. I come in and I spray my hair just because my hair is really straight and it does not like to hold curl very well. So then I'm gonna let the next layer down. I come about 2 inches up from my ear here. So I come right in and leave about 2 inches down around my ear. And I'm gonna come the whole way around my head and section that whole spot up. And then I would spray this section if I didn't already put hairspray in it. Now for around the sides here, I'm gonna come and take this whole section, so everything from my ear. I'm going right behind my ear here and taking all of this entire section and curling it. Now obviously if you have thicker hair, you're going to need to do a little bit smaller sections. But if you go way too tiny with your sectioning, you're never gonna get a nice big curl out of it. So again, I'm doing away from my face, so the curl's coming around this way. And I'm clicking my ends down in. That way I get that nice even curl. My roots get as much lift as my ends, and my ends aren't getting over fried. and then I just slide it out. And then I do maybe like 5 sections in this whole spot too. I don't do really tiny sections. I'm just grabbing another one and curling away. Does anybody have any questions so far as to what we're doing? I'm trying to make it pretty simple because I know I don't have tons of time to curl my hair in the morning. So again, over my ear here, I'm just gonna take everything from behind my ear forward. And I'm gonna curl this whole section here. I'm putting the clamp in front towards my face, so that way it comes back. The other way would be to curl it into your face, so the clamp would be behind, and see how that comes in towards my face. Now that's I prefer to go back because I feel like that gives you more of that wind in the hair look. So I'm clamping until my ends are in and curling. Now I personally, to make sure I have my whole back curled, I turn around and I get a second mirror and I just check the back and make sure I have all of it before I get too far. So I go through and I curl everything I possibly can, and then I get my hand mirror out and I make sure. Or I just grab Shane and I have him tell me if something needs curled. And he picks out my straight pieces for me and helps me. But if you don't have that, a mirror works fantastic. I have made him flat iron my hair before, I'm not gonna lie. He does a pretty good job at it too. Maybe I should have sent him to beauty school. He could be in here doing hair with me too. I bet he'd love that. So I just wanted to say again while I'm curling here that we are running a special. When you share this video on your own personal page, you get entered in to win shampoo for a year supply of shampoo. So if you share, you have to share this page and comment shared. That way we can definitely guarantee that we got everybody. That way nobody gets left behind. So share this page, share this video, and comment shared, and you can win an entire year's supply of shampoo. It's pretty banging. I'm excited. So then this is when I'm just taking this mirror and checking to see if I have any straight pieces. Everything looks pretty curled to me. And then I'm gonna let down another section. Now I part my hair to the side, so I tend to leave just the very top here to curl last. So far I've only done, this is gonna be my third big section that I've done. I've parted it 1 at the very bottom, 2 right above the ears, and then this is my third section. So I'm just gonna come in here and do what we have been doing for this whole time. I'm curling away from my face. I'm starting in the middle of the hair strand, curling away from my face, leaving the ends out, and then I'm clicking this knob here. I click this down the hair shaft, and then I curl up again, and I click down. And the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want, these ends are really, really fragile. They're gonna get over fried if I just roll from the bottom and curl up the whole way up. It's really hard on your ends. They're already pretty rough as they are most of the time. And this also gives me a nice even curl the whole way down. I don't have one spot that's less curled than other spots. It's nice and even from top to bottom. And this is pretty easy to do. It's not like this is really difficult. It just takes a little bit of getting used to, because when you're not used to curling this way, and you're used to just starting at the bottom and going the whole way up, it's a little bit of a change. So again, I'm gonna curl all of these pieces away from my face. And this style should only take you, I think I said this already once before, this should only take you 15 minutes. It's not a very long style to do at home once you get used to doing it I can get this done in 15 minutes, and it's pretty straightforward and easy. And again, I'm taking really, really large sections here. You can see I'm taking it from the whole way back here all the way up front. So this whole big section here, I'm picking up and curling. Now the only reason that you wouldn't be able to do this whole section is if you have really super thick hair. I've got pretty average hair, so it's not thin, it's not thick, it's just kind of in between. But if you were to have really, really super thick hair, I would take a little bit smaller sections, but as long as you can still get it in your curling iron, there's no reason to make it too small. If it's too small, you're not going to get that really big curl look to it. So I'm just going to keep going until I get all of this curled here. Curl this away from my face like we have been. Until my ends are all tucked in. And this is what sets you apart to give you like that really nice professional look. If you don't have the ends tucked in, it doesn't look as professional because it gets like this nice loop around. Otherwise you get like a little end sticking straight out there. And I know I have a few more people that hopped on here, so I just wanted to say that oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something, I promise. I don't know. But I'm gonna use my little mirror and I'm gonna check and make sure everything is curled in the back again. I don't think I have any straight pieces. Then I'm gonna spray. I'm gonna take down my very last section here and do the same thing. Now this is where, if you have bangs, this is a little bit of where it's gonna be a little different. You can either choose to curl your bangs in with this, or some people don't like to have their bangs curled when the rest of their hair is straight. My bangs are pretty much non-existent anymore. They come way past my chin, so I'm just gonna curl it with everything else. But if you got some bangs and you don't want them curled, don't curl them. That is all personal preference. I've neglected mine. I go through spurts. Sometimes I decide I want bangs and then I cut them, other times I don't. I've been thinking about cutting them lately. I don't know if I should. What do you guys think? Should I cut my bangs? So then I'm gonna curl this last section here, and this is where my bang, I'll show you, these are my bangs. Aren't they crazy? So I'm just gonna take this whole section here, and I'm gonna curl this back again. I tend to come kind of straight off of my head to give myself a little bit of lift on the top here, but I'm still doing that whole clicking and pulling the ends down and getting my ends tucked in. And then pulling it out. Now I'm gonna do some hairspray in here. I cake the hairspray on. Now in order to get that really defined curl look, because right now we just did, you know, the nice curls. I'm gonna flip my head upside down and I'm gonna run my fingers through, and then I'm gonna flip back. So what that does for me, I personally feel like it gives it a nicer look, just because when I flip my head upside down, I comb my fingers through because I break up these curls and I get it a little less defined. Then when I flip my head back, I feel like I have a little bit more volume, a little more lift to it, and I get myself looking a little fuller. So I'm gonna flip it up, I'm gonna run my fingers through, and then I'm also going to spray a little bit of hairspray. I'll try to make sure I'm in camera, but I can't promise anything. So then I just come through at the bottom and run my fingers through it a little bit to break the curls apart. And then I even flip off to the side, rough it up a little bit, spray, flip to the other side, spray, And then when I come back, I try to form it a little more. So then I'm gonna come in here and form. When I say form, like I'm just kind of running my fingers through until it gets that nice big curl look to it. And then I spray it in place. Then I'm gonna take this side and do the same thing. I'm kind of bringing my fingers, I'm rotating them back with the curl to follow that same curl shape and just get everything in one big curl. Not everybody likes the one big curl look, so you don't have to shape them like that. I just feel like this gets like that big loose curl away from the face look. So then I actually come in here and I pick and I hold my hair up and I spray underneath. That helps to give it a little bit of lift and body when I go to put it back down. And then I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna pick my hair up, spray from underneath, and then when I set it back down, it has a little bit more body to it. So then if you like your hairspray, lacquer it up real good, because if you're like me, your hair is gonna fall flat as soon as you walk outside, because my hair has no body to it on its own. So what do you think? I got this nice big loose curly look. Now, some people's hair gets kind of frizzy when they go do the curls, so my favorite product to remove some of that frizz is the Redken Outshine. It's actually like a little bit of cream look to it. So I just put a little bit on the back of my finger, I rub it into my fingertips, and then I just come in on the ends and define the curls a little bit more. It just helps get rid of some of that frizziness to it and really gives it like a nice polished look. You don't need a lot of this whatsoever. And if you want to try something like this out, I have a few of these here at the salon, and when you get a service done, it is all 20% off of retail with any service. So if you would like to try this out, come on in. If you're in need of a haircut, you can get 20% off of it. I think that only makes it like 15 bucks. A little bit goes a long way. This size bottle should last you at least, I would say at least 6 months, because you're not going to use a ton of it. If anyone has any questions about this, please let me know. I think it turned out pretty good. My hair really wanted to cooperate today. So if you have any questions about how to get this hair look, please comment below. I will gladly answer any and all questions that you have. If you are just tuning in now and you caught the very end of it, feel free to replay it once it posts on our Facebook page and watch from the beginning. I just wanted to reiterate also that we have, when you share this post and comment shared, you get entered into a drawing to win free 1 year supply of free shampoo. So make sure you're sharing this post on your personal timeline and that you're commenting shared. If you have any questions, please let us know. Otherwise, we will see you at the salon. Thank you so much. Bye.